Well, well. Yeah, what, yeah? We're back for another episode of Feel Good Friday. Doing this one from my bed because man's had a migraine all day. Like, the one where your eye don't open that well. One of them. So I'm laying in the dark. So I'm not even going to be long and convoluted this week. So, this week's episode is going to be about, things opening back up over here and just being back on the street. Let me run the intro. Yeah. So basically, there's many people that are kind of so-called back to normal um, on the 12th, which was on Monday, just gone, I believe. And like, just, me, always thinking about stuff, in it. So, like, the first question is, what's like being back on street been like for you? Um, I think what I'm seeing, well, for myself, like to be truthfully honest, I'm not involved. Like for me, I know a lot of people have been, cooped up in the house for over a year and gagging to get out, gagging to get to the pub and, go out and get smashed and things like that. And I think for me personally, they need to get that out their system before like I can even deal with all of that. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not too fussed about this one fast fly that's fastened on the screen. That's why I'm hitting it. I'm not too fussed about being around that energy, to be honest with you. I'm kind of waiting until everything calms down and settles and see like what people are really wanting and expecting. Like, let them, if people want to be in charge, let them in it. That's the way I feel, to be truthfully honest with you. But I can't, because what I'll be noticing is next part is what I notice in others. I'll notice that people like are under pressure a lot. It's like our whole way of life we've had to readjust, and then in order to, well, people are like, let's go back to normal. For one, it was never normal, and for two, we've adjusted to a whole different way of life. But then there's an expectation of us to go back to normal while still being in this new way of life mode. And I'm just like, ah, it's like, it's kind of like, well, you made me hit you kind of vibe. I'm not sure what, like what you want or what's the expect. What more do you want from me? Like that. No, I can't even laugh properly. My head is banging. So as we move, um, and so because of that, which I think is quite cruel, um, definitely a social gaslighting, a societal gaslighting. Um, I feel as if a lot of people in positions like managerial positions, it will take really ethical managers and people that really care about their workforce and um, what's going on for them and the implications for them to really deal with the pressures that they have and not um, offload all the kind of pressures onto their workforce, so to speak. So that's going to be quite interesting. And I'm noticing that people are like, yeah, I'm chomping at the bit, let's get back out. But there's been no repair, there's been very little acknowledgement, considering that while we've been going through this whole process, there's been trauma on top of trauma on top of trauma, and none of it's been solved or resolved. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm noticing that I think this shift is going to be the thing that tips people over the edge quite a lot. So there's also that energy too. Um, it makes me feel like if what I can see coming down the road is a lot of people like wigging out, to be honest. And there's a resilience that we have as human beings. However, I do feel like there's a lot of people that's going to snap, and it's like everybody's like literally it's just a hair's breadth away from like going postal. So I think it's really important to be really mindful of yourself. And if you're feeling that hair's breadth away and under pressure, it's important to be mindful of your self care, and then understanding that a lot of people are really truly under pressure and trying to get back out there and realizing that jobs are not the same, jobs are gone. Um, like there's a company that I heard of allegedly that is forcing their staff to reapply for their jobs for less money and more work. And there's what I can envisage is a lot of people, especially companies and that corporations that have, oh my god, excuse me, have lost money throughout this period, that basically are looking to offset the losses on their staff, whatever staff are at the bottom of the totem pole. So that's something I can see coming down the road, which will mean like um, I can envisage there being a very pressured environment, and doesn't feel nice in terms of coping strategies. Well, one of mine is just not like I'm quite is it misanthropic? I'm just not that, like I have to be into people to be into people, like, or people that are I don't like, I dislike unbalanced people, unfair environments and things like that. I really dislike it. So I have to be quite selective on who I have around me. That's the first thing, because where prior to this scenario, I had a huge capacity for making allowances. It's really about self care so much more now, putting yourself first. I do genuinely believe that you have to, it's your duty to do so. So putting self first and learning how to prioritize as well. Because there's, as people that are in caring professions, people that are in healing professions, we want to help, we want to do things. However, you really, it's our responsibility to put ourselves first in terms of prioritize, like, is this something that's healthy for me? Is it something that's helping me? Or is it something that's going to actually lead me to breaking point? And you have to really be quite firm about that, because at the end of the day, I see it like this: if you kill out yourself and go somewhere, kill out yourself, drop down dead, you know, people say, "Oh, that's terrible," and they miss you and they might send some flowers to your funeral, because I still think if things are socially distant, still can't have a proper funeral and whatnot. Um, and then they'll hire somebody else to fill your place. Is the reality of it? Do you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, we want to do things, but we don't want to kill out ourselves. Um, I could feel myself waffling on. Like I said, it was just going to be a short one, simply for consistency's sake. Like to that I know, like, because I struggle with consistency in it. So I'm literally going to rest my noodle. Um, if you feel like dropping any coping strategies, and also, hear what, man, have manners, because I know some of you come with your peeping eyes. Yeah, hit the like button, man. Like, because And no, you can't really look me in my face if you know, say you come in looking and then you can't even interact, but yet you'll be on somebody else's page who's a celebrity or whatnot and don't know you, don't care about you, and you'll be all up in their comments and liking and sharing and whatnot. You know what I mean? It's not by force. I know it's not, and I can't force you, but just know yourself in it. If you've watched for this long, like I'm grumpy because my head like migraine, but like I said, this is just for me to be consistent. Because I was just gonna put up a little banner saying, "Yo, I've got a headache," but nah, I didn't want to do that. I'm going to go and lay down in the dark and drink water and maybe eat something with pepper. I don't know. Maybe I need to belch off something. You know, when wind fly up at your head, like old school people know them something there. It might be that. I don't know what it is, but I woke up with a migraine, and that hasn't happened since. You know what? One of the days I'll go from start to finish with the trajectory of this year, but that hasn't happened since January, and I'm just like, okay, but that's it. 11 minutes, 11's a powerful number. Wishing you a good weekend. Look after yourself, man. Do one thing that's like nice for you, and don't die a martyr because martyr's dead, and then people go, oh, that's terrible, and then they carry on with their life basically. So yeah, back on street, drink water, mind your business, and look after yourself. Peace.